He saw rock stars faking it, drinking water out of energy cans, just to survive the heat. Mike Cessario was a Netflix creative who fixed a boring industry. Bottled water. He put mountain water in a beer can and created a $1.4 billion empire. Water was boring. It was blue. It was safe. It was built around mom's love and purity claims. It was the most boring product on the planet. Mike did not care about purity. He cared about punk rock. He wanted to murder your thirst. He knew that in the attention economy, safety is death. This is how a graphic designer tricked the world into drinking more water and built the fastest-growing beverage brand of all time. The year was 2008, the Vans Warped Tour. Mike was watching bands melt on stage. It was hot. It was sweaty. It was loud. They were holding energy drinks, sponsorship obligations. But inside the cans, just plain water. The sponsors paid the bills. But the artists hated the product. They needed hydration, not heart palpitations. You cannot drink sugar for 90 minutes. Mike realized something. Healthy things were marketed to be boring. Unhealthy things were cool. This was the scam of the century. Energy drinks had skulls. Beer had eagles. Water had leaves. He wanted to flip the script. Make water look dangerous. Make hydration metal. Mike wasn't a beverage guy. He was an ad guy, a creative director at Netflix. He didn't know how to bottle water. He knew how to get attention. He worked on Stranger Things. He knew attention was the only currency that mattered. If you aren't viral, you don't exist. He grew up playing in punk bands. He understood subcultures, skaters, metalheads, the outcasts. He knew they drank water too. He pitched his idea to corporate ad firms. They hated it. They said water had to be premium. They said it had to look expensive. They laughed at him. Who would buy water that looks like beer? Police would hate it. Parents would hate it. It was the dumbest idea ever. Mike didn't listen. He knew they were wrong. He knew boring was the enemy. He walked away to do it himself. He didn't have millions. He had $5,000 and a camera. He scraped his savings. He bet on himself. He didn't even have the product yet. No cans, no water. He just shot a commercial. A fake commercial for a real idea. He showed a woman getting drowned with water in control environment. It was offensive. It was dark. It was the deadliest stuff on earth. He put it on Facebook. Liquid death. The internet lost its mind. People thought it was real. The video got millions of views before a single can was sold. Distributors started calling. 7-Eleven called. They wanted to stock a product that didn't exist. Mike had to build the plane while flying it. January 2019. The site went live. But he needed water. U.S. bottlers said no. Putting water in beer cans was too weird for American factories. So he went to Austria. Why Austria? Because they said yes. The water was sourced from the Alps. It sounded fancy. It gave the brand a story. It cost a fortune to ship heavy water halfway across the world. It made no financial sense. It was logistical suicide. But the can was non-negotiable. The first batch sold out. It wasn't just water. It was a prop. It was a conversation starter. You drink it at a bar. You look like you're partying, but you're staying sober. It was a cheat code for social anxiety. It was social camouflage. The sober could blend in. The designated driver looked cool. He solved a social problem with a beverage. But there was a mission. It wasn't just a gimmick. Mike needed a villain. He chose plastic. Plastic recycling is a lie. Most of it ends up in the ocean or landfills. Big soda companies want you to believe in plastic. Mike called them out. Aluminium is infinitely recyclable. It's the hero we ignored. It pays for its own recycling. Plastic is worthless. Liquid death wasn't just killing thirst. It was killing plastic. It was an environmental movement disguised as a death metal band. It was environmentalism for people. Saving the planet became punk rock. He made caring cool. Critics called it greenwashing. Shipping cans from Austria isn't exactly green. But Mike controlled the narrative. He was less bad than the others. Mike's strategy was simple. Don't make ads, make entertainment. Most brands beg for attention. Mike demanded it. Nobody watches ads. People pay to avoid ads. Mike wanted to make content people shared willingly. They made cartoons. They made horror movies. They made videos of demons working out. It was content first, product second. It was risky. Corporate lawyers would have panicked. Mike doubled down. He operated without a safety net. They sold cutie polluties, stuffed animals mutilated by plastic. It was dark humor. It made you laugh, then it made you think. It sold out. Everything they touched turned to viral gold. Because it was honest. Not everyone loved it. The haters came out. It's just water. Overpriced hipster garbage. The comments were brutal. Most brands hide negative comments. Mike amplified them. He turned the trolls into content creators. They released an album, Greatest Hates. Real hate comments turned into death metal songs. I'd rather drink rain from a puddle. The lyrics were real. The album was real. It was a masterpiece of trolling. It went viral. Again. They turned their biggest weakness into their strongest asset. You can't bully a brand that bullies itself. It was genius. The haters fueled the fire. Whole Foods called. 7-Eleven. Publix. The joke was now a staple. The dumb idea was on every shelf in America. Fastest growing water brand. They expanded. Sparkling water. Flavored water. They came for the soda market. Severed lime, mango chainsaw. Even the flavors sounded violent. They kept the edge. They signed a deal with Live Nation, exclusive water at concerts. They replaced the very thing they mocked, the very place the idea was born. Now, they owned it. The circle was complete. The bands weren't faking it anymore. The big guys were scared. They tried to copy the look, but you can't fake cool. It was too late. The valuations skyrocketed. In 2022, it went to $700 million. It defied gravity. By 2024, $1.4 billion. A unicorn made of water. It was unprecedented. Tech startups struggle to hit these numbers with software. Mike did it with a commodity. He did it with water. He proved that branding is everything. The product is the souvenir. The brand is the experience. They didn't just sell water. They sold a club membership, and everyone wanted in. Mike Cessario didn't invent water. He reinvented how we look at it. He took the most boring thing on earth and made it a cult. He broke every rule in the marketing handbook. He was rude. He was crude. But he was honest. He saved us from boring marketing. And maybe, just maybe, saved us from a little bit of plastic. The most uninteresting product on earth became the most interesting brand in the world. What do you think they sold a scam or greatest marketing lesson? Share and subscribe for more interesting stories.